heart is aching, but somehow in all the right places.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Georgia Blueland, but you can also call me Bea. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about applications. So we have a ton of applications in the Hooves for Hope Discord server, which if you haven't already, please go to that because you will need to go to that for this video. I will have some of the applications down below in the description, but you do need to join the Discord server if you're thinking about applying to any of these things. So please and thank you. Also, I do ask that you watch through this entire video before you go applying to anything because you need to know all the information of what is going to be happening if you do end up applying. I'm not going to make another RRP for boarding and whatnot. Actually, I might, but it might be a very slim thing that I might do next week. I don't know yet. We'll see. But let's start with boarding applications because those are the most applied to. So the only ones that I'm going to be going over today are boarding and staff applications. Staff and instructor are kind of intertwined because, you know, if you're an instructor, you're pretty much staff at the FLEC, okay? Or no. If you're an instructor, you're pretty much staff at Hooves for Hope. We're not at the FLEC. I need to switch gears, okay? Oh my gosh. Anyway, boarding. So you need to watch the entire video that is linked to the application if you are going to board at Hooves for Hope. So watch this video and then go and watch that video as well. It is a little outdated, so I do need to update that and I will do that as soon as I possibly can. But as of right now, just go watch that video that's there right now. You need to gain all of the info, and I mean like all of the info. So that's why I'm telling you to watch both of these videos. And also, if you go to our Discord server, we have a questions tab. So if you have any questions, you can ask questions or ask questions down below in the comments below. I try to answer as many comments as I can, but sometimes I don't get to comment. So if I'm not answering your comment, please go to the Discord server and go to the questions. You need to have Discord. I'm so sorry to all of the people who are not allowed to have Discord or do not have Discord, but you need to have Discord to apply to any one of these things. We have activity requirements, and no, it's not just an in-game thing where you can come in-game and not talk to us. You need to be in a call. You need to be comfortable being in a call. You don't have to talk, but I do ask that you come to events, and we do have a little bit of an activity requirement about once or twice every month. So you need to be coming to at least 2 lessons a month or events. And you can add more to that if you want to. It's supposed to be a fun, engaging environment, but to get our activity status up, we need to have a little bit of an activity requirement. I know a lot of people have clubs and other commitments that they're going to, but this is also a little bit of a commitment because I want this place to be utilized. And this is not to, you know, tie you down to RRP and like, you know, be like, hey, you need to be here. But if you want to be here, like, we want to see you here. We don't want you to like be like, oh yeah, I want to take up a spot boarding and then never show up to lessons, because we've had people do that before, and it's kind of like upsetting because it's like, okay, you're taking a spot for boarding when somebody else who would really want to come do this, you know, would come to lessons. So please, if you are thinking of doing this, please block out 2 dates that you would like to have a lesson, or when we're hosting a lesson, to come to those if you are going to be a boarder. We are on North American servers only, okay? I used to allow people who were not on North American servers to board at Hooves for Hope, but you know, we have this activity requirement now, and with everything getting a little bigger and Hooves for Hope growing, which I'm really grateful for and it's really amazing, but that means I have to be a little bit more strict about rules and like say, hey, like this is what we need to do. And I don't want to be strict on rules. I have never wanted to be strict on rules. And I'm really not that strict on rules. There's just a few rules that we've had to put in place. And I've talked with this with my staff, and we've all agreed that, hey, this is what is going to work for us and this is what we need to be doing. So I apologize if that doesn't work for you and you're not able to apply to board, but please make sure you're on North American servers if you want to board with us or be staff. It's gonna ask you if you have SSO YouTube or Instagram. So you're going to need a form of RRP to participate, okay? This is what boarding is, this is what the RRP community is, and we want to get people involved, okay? Like, if you're not a part of the RRP community and you're like, oh, I want to board, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, you have to start a little bit bit of an RP and we want to see your journey. So at least post once a month on Instagram or YouTube about your progress or something. And I feel like once a month is very lenient. I post every week, so that's a little bit more demanding on me, but you don't have to do that. You only have to be updating, once a month on YouTube. And also, please be active in the Discord, both of them. We want to see people using the chats. Pop in here or there, like, don't ghost us. If you need to go away for a day, that's totally fine, or if you're on vacation, totally fine. But we just ask that you pop in every once in a while. How can we contact you? This is a big one, and I've seen a lot of people mess this question up. They'll say, oh, you can contact me through Discord. No, we don't know your Discord. We need to know your specific Discord username. You can't just tell us where to contact you and not give us a username of who to contact. It just doesn't work that way. I've had people come and say, oh yeah, you can contact me, you can DM me, and I'm like, well, who are you? I need to know who you are. Like, I don't know your username. Anyway, so please give us a username to be able to contact you and say, hey, we're accepting you to be boarding here. Or we'll just delete your application, because honestly, we don't want to go searching for somebody that we can't find because you didn't give us a username. How many horses are you allowed to board, or do you want to board? You are allowed to board up to 5. If you really want to add like 1 or 2 more, we're not going to kill you for it, okay? I want you to be creative with your RRP, and if you really want 1 or 2 more, that's fine, but please try to keep it to 5. I do ask that you try to keep it to 5. This one is a little bit of a quirky one. I ask if you use the Hooves for Hope products, and you don't have to use the Hooves for Hope products. That's just a fun little thing. Add if you guys want to. We also promote Fawn Lake Equestrian, Foxtrot, Rescue, Nectar, All Stride, and more brands in our server as well. So you should go check those out because they're actually very good and fun brands to have. I use them all. I think they're all amazing, and I think they all serve their purpose, and I think having a variety is nice. So yeah, if you want to use the Hooves for Hope products, check them out. They're on my website. I'm actually redoing all the products right now, so you'll have a bunch of new products very, very soon. But yeah, all right. What are you like online and offline? So we want to know what you guys are like online and offline. And this is not meant to be like a creepy question, okay? This is meant to be like, hey, like, what do you do outside of, Star Stable? Like, do you ride horses in real life? Do you go to school? Like, what do you like to do? Like, what is your favorite things? Like, we want to know. I think that would be really fun to know, All right. And we do ask, I think I already said this, but we do ask that you are active 1 to 2 times a month. All right. And the last question on this application is it's like an agreement. It's like a contract. So when you press this, you are agreeing to not start drama. You are agreeing to behave in the server and everywhere in our place. And we also ask, like, we do not tolerate bullying outside of our server either. Like, if we find that you're hurting other people and you're using your actions to hurt other people, we will call you out on it, and you will get the consequences that, come along with the actions that you made. So I will say that right here and there, you need to agree to this. This is not an option. And once you agree to it, we have every right to take away your boarding spot if you decide to break rules and hurt other people outside of servers or inside the server. Okay, we are getting into the staff applications. So here we go. This is the second part of the video. It's going to be a little longer. But yes, we need to know your Discord user. We need to know who you are because staff is a little bit more serious. Like, this is a serious position, okay? We need to know you're gonna be, in contact with us, and we're gonna be able to contact you whenever we need to. You can give us an Instagram user if you have one. You don't have to have one. It's recommended, but you don't have to have an Instagram. We want to know your SSO username so we can identify you in the game. Like, let's say I'm playing the game, just doing my chest or my horses or something during the day, and I see you in the game, I'm just gonna come around and say hi, like, hey, how are you doing? Like, if I don't know your username, I'm not gonna know who you are. So yeah, what connection do you have to me? So this is a big one. We want to know who you are as a staff member. You could be a boarder for a while, and we could really enjoy you and be like, hey, we want that person to be a staff member. But I really do appreciate when people have a connection to me and my other staff, because we were talking about this last night, and this was really funny because Akuma mentioned this, but she was like, I don't want to come home one day and be like, who is this person on my couch? Like, just this random person on my couch. Like, that's not what we want to feel like. We want to know who you are, and we want to have a little bit of a connection to you. We don't want it to just be a random person who is, just sitting on their couch watching my videos and doesn't know who I am at all. So that's where I'm gonna say, like, if you want to be staff, you do have to have some sort of connection to me or my other staff. What jobs are you interested in? So there are a bunch of different staff jobs that we have. So you can be an instructor, you can be a moderator, you can be a photographer, you can work with bots and comments, and I'm gonna go through each and every one of them. So an instructor is pretty much like the highest one you can be, really. Those are the people who teach lessons. Actually, no, they're not the highest ones you can be, because we have admins and then we have staff. So admins are the people that are really trusted, and I'm not having applications for those because I already have my admins that I really know want to do the job. So yeah, but instructing, you instruct lessons. I do ask that you instruct once every other week. We do have instructors on the line right now where we can all, do a lesson once a week. But if you need to like cover for somebody, you can cover for somebody. Or if you need somebody to cover for you, they can cover for you. You can be like, hey, I can't teach tonight. Is anybody able to do a lesson? And we will be able to do that for you. Moderating. So moderating is one of the easier jobs. It's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's, sitting in the Discord server, making sure people are behaving themselves. And if any drama starts, being like, hey, you can't do that. Like, please don't. Making sure everybody's following the rules inside and outside of the server. Like, if you are a moderator and you see somebody outside of the server doing something, you can tell them to stop doing it, or you can bring them into a staff call and be like, hey, this is not okay. You should not be doing this. And it's kind of like being like, okay, you need to go to the principal's office and have a little bit of a reprimanding because this is not okay. And so I've had to do that with some people. Be like, what are you doing outside of the server? This is not okay. Why are you doing this? Anyway, yeah, that's what moderating is. Pretty easy. Just keeping track of the Discord channels, making sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right, photographer. We need photographers, okay? I need people to come to events and help photograph events. I do ask, okay, this might sound a little mean, but I do ask that you have reshade at least, okay? I know not everybody can have reshade, but if you have reshade, I would like you to be a photographer at events. This ensures that we can have people who want to post on their Instagrams, they'll tag you and they'll tag us, but we do need photographers at our events to take some pretty photos and just have fun. And, it's just one of those things that I'm like, I would prefer to have reshade. If you don't have reshade, it's okay. But there might be some editing that you have to do to the photos to make them look the way that, I don't know, I feel like they need to be. I don't know. This is not me trying to be mean either. I think everybody who takes photos in the game takes really pretty photos. I just really like the way that reshade looks, and I don't think I could use photos without reshade, if I'm being totally for real with you. Bots and commands. So if you are good with like tech and stuff like that, you are totally welcome to come on the staff team and just work with the bots in the Discord channel if you want to do that. If you're like, hey, I want to work on this and I'm gonna, go in and do this, that's totally fine. We have that position open for people if they really want to do that. I don't know anybody who really does at this moment, but we kind of, all of the staff on my team kind of just do everything right now. Like, we're all doing the same thing. But yeah, bots and comments. Not comments. I keep saying that. Bots and commands. Okay. Are you experienced? Have you been in a staffing channel before? Or have you been in a staffing position before? Like, do you know what you're doing? Like, have you had experience with this kind of stuff before? Just let us know. If you haven't, that's totally fine. But maybe this is your first, staffing position. But we just want to know what kind of experience you have, so we know what to put you in first and be like, hey, like, maybe you should do this, because, staffing is not for the faint of heart, I will say. It's really fun, but it can have its moments. So I will say that there. Take with that what you will. Anyway, are you fair and honest? Like, are you going to be biased of people that, you like more? Or, we don't want people to be biased. I am not biased when I'm staffing people or I'm correcting people. If I like you, I'm still gonna correct you and be like, hey, that's not okay. We don't do that. But yeah, be honest with us too. I've had staff who have said they want to do a certain position and then they're like, oh, I'm not active, I'm doing sports and stuff. And then they're going off and doing live shows and other things colleagues on other servers, and it's like really unhonest and disingenuous. And yeah, so we don't want that. We want you to be honest with us. If you are not able to partake your part in a position, you need to let us know. It is not that big of a requirement, I will say. Like, you know, we don't want this pony game to control your life. That is not what we want. But, you know, staff do genuinely have a job to do, and it's a commitment. It's a little bit of a commitment. You know, we do want you to get on at least once a day and pop in here or there and say, hey, how are you guys doing? What's going on? Updates, you know, like all of that. All right, will you complete your job with the best effort every time? We ask this because, you know, there are tasks when you're doing staffing that, you know, you need to complete, and you need to complete it efficiently and with effort, and not just put, you know, the butt fuck of nothing into it. So please put effort into staffing. We really appreciate it if you do. We have this question because I understand my personal life comes first, okay? And your personal life, if a family member is passing away, if something is going on, or you're moving, or you need to take a step away from the computer, we want you to do that. We don't want you to spend your entire life on this computer, okay? We as staff members, myself, I cannot spend every single waking second at this computer every single day. I have to take a step away sometimes, and that is okay. So we want you to be able to do the same thing. I am confident in jobs I may be asked to perform within the server and during events. We ask that, you know, you are comfortable with at least one or two things on the list above of what jobs you're comfortable with. But if we ask you to do something, we want you to be confident. If you're kind of confident with doing new things, if you're not confident with doing new things, that's totally okay. We just want to know where you're at so we can see what we need to do. What is your SSO level? This is a big one because we use a lot of the arenas around Jorvik. We will transfer to Moorlands, we'll go to Dundle, we'll go to Jorvik Stables. Jorvik Stables is our main place, okay? But we want you to have most of the areas unlocked. We're gonna have lessons in different places, okay? Like, we really need people to have it unlocked. So, do you have Moorland? Do you have Fort Pinta? Do you have Silverglade, Firgrove, Starshine, Valedale, updated Baroness Racetrack, Jorvik Stables, which is our main barn, Jorvik Stables, Paddock Island, and Goldspur? That is the Hooves for Hope area, okay? And Steve's Farm is also a Hooves for Hope property. That is the other Hooves for Hope property. Do you have Golden Hills? Do you have Epona? We just need to know if you are able to do things in certain places. Because if you don't have something unlocked and we are going to do a lesson there, now we have to, you know, we don't want to, you know, we don't want to favor one person who can't go somewhere because, you know, everybody else can go there, but that one person cannot. So we do ask that you have most of the areas open. I know Epona is kind of a hard one, but you can literally open Epona at level 11. So I feel like everybody should have at least every area open at this point. So yeah, anyway, are you 18? This is a question we ask just because we want to know what we're dealing with. You know, are you a minor? Are you not a minor? It doesn't really matter, but you do have to be at least 15 or 16 years old to even be a staff member. And this could be, you know, if you're just a photographer at events, you know, that's totally fine. But we want to be kind of, you know, in the same age range. Like, we have staff who are, I'm almost 20, okay? I'm not going to connect with a 13-year-olds, so I am not allowing 13-year-olds to be staff members here, okay? And that's just a rule that I need to make. But yeah, we just want to know what we're dealing with. We want to know what we're getting into. I know minors are, you know, can be an issue within itself, so we just want to know what we're dealing with. Minors could be, you know, something that you have to know and deal with. When we just want to know who and what we're dealing with, because, you know, we don't want you to lie about your age. We don't want you to do things that, you know, you might not be comfortable doing, or, you know, like that we might not be comfortable doing around a minor that we might be comfortable doing around our other adult friends. And I just want to put that out there because, you know, you never know, like, things can happen. So we don't want those things to happen. So we just want to know who you are. We do give an option saying if you're not comfortable, but that just really means you're not really ready to be on the staff team, because if you want to be on the staff team, you got to be kind of close to us, okay? And I'm just gonna put that out there. But we are hiring, so if you are, you know, in connections to me in some way, you know, if you know me through Instagram, you know me through a club we used to be together in, YouTube, whatever it is, and you want to become a staff member, reach out to me, or go and apply to this, and I will give you a little bit of an interview. We are doing interviews, by the way. So after we look at your application, we'll be like, hey, can you come in and talk to us, and we'll ask you a few questions. And no, it's not going to be like the job market nowadays where like you're never going to get in. No, we're not going to do that. We just want to get to know who you are and be like, hey, this is what is expected of you as a staff member, and it's nothing too crazy. We just want to know you'll be able to efficiently and effectively handle situations as a staff member, because you are a higher ranked person on the Host for Hope team. So we do appreciate all of you who are watching this video, and if you are interested, go check out that other boarding video. It does have some more information in it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed all of this information that has been given to you. I don't really have anything else to say today, but I hope that was helpful, and if you are interested in boarding or staff applications, go apply down below. We will check applications every week. We'll try to get to them. I'm also switching from 25 boarding positions to 50, so up to 50 people can be a boarder, okay? And I know not all of that is completely realistic, but listen, RRP is not going to be 100% realistic, okay? Even real life is not going to be 100% realistic, okay? So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna relax, and we're gonna have, okay? All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am exhausted. I stayed up until 3 a.m. last night watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. So yeah, I will see you all when I will see you all in my next video. So thank you all for watching. All right, bye.
Rising with soul.